G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Let me close that for you so you can't see the length of the game because this one is live right now. We are on the beta, the ranked beta, and we are about to watch two absolute beasts go at it. These guys currently on the ladder ranked number 1, number 2, something like that. Probably not that high, but probably not that low either. Actually, I don't think you can be lower than that. But anyway, let's introduce them. Who have we got? What are they playing? We've got Nyan Cat, who is going to be playing the Holy Roman Empire in the blue. I'm looking forward to this. I actually played a little bit of Holy Roman Empire earlier. Absolutely great civilization. I really feel like they're a civilization that's able to come out of their shell in the most recent patch. The big thing for me is obviously that their spearmen now are very effective against cavalry, whereas they used to not be that effective. But let's take a look who is spawning on the other side of the map. We've got Black Widow. Now, you guys would have seen this guy before playing up against the Viper. He is an incredibly strong player, and he's going to be playing the Abbasid dynasty for us today. So a little bit of a crowd favorite. I know you guys love to see the Abbasid dynasty out here. So if you're looking forward to an Abbasid dynasty victory, make sure you let me know, because I tell you what, I'm incredibly excited to see these two civs go at it, because we're on Hillendale. Hillendale, obviously, two large hills, one up to the north, one down to the south, at least on this map. Then you've got a dale in the middle of the map, which is the low ground. So our relic spawns, we'll take a look at that. Looks like the Holy Roman Empire has got a pretty decent relic spawn down here. A lot of neutral relics. Only one that's not really going to be touchable is this one up to the north. But when it comes to resources, everything looks relatively fair. The one thing to note is that players' entrances are very close to each other. And this is, to be honest, I like this. And I hope that this happens a lot more in the map generation. The one thing I really dislike is when you get one player who's up here and then one player who's down here. And then you're just really far away from your enemy. I kind of like this. The fact that their bases open up pretty much directly into each other. So that is very, very nice. As I mentioned earlier, this is the ranked beta that we are watching right now. These guys are very high ranked players. I think Black Widow at the moment sits at rank number 2 on the ladder. He is in the Gold League, and Nan Racing Cat, I think he is Silver 1, which is the highest silver ranking that you can be. So he's looking to get up into Gold League at the moment. But we'll take a look at Nan Racing Cat. We'll see exactly, or Nan Cat as he goes by now. No Racing Cat anymore. You guys remember that meme from a long time ago? I don't want to get DMCA, but it goes a little something like this. I can't even go that high, dude. It's and it goes like that forever. And it's a great song though. It's a really, really nice song. Ark Chapel getting dropped down. Beautiful spot. Now this is a remarkable Ark Chapel spot. Why is it so good? Because it gets both of the forests in here. So that is exactly what you want in an Ark Chapel. A lot of longevity right there. We'll go check in on Black Widow. We'll see exactly what he's up to. He's going up to the next age. Going up with the economic wing. He's got 7 stone. Why does he have 7 stone? Just randomly 7 stone. Ah, was he gonna go for it? No, he is going for it. I don't know what happened here. I was thinking like maybe he sent a villager out to go for stone, and then he was gonna drop a mining camp down there, but then he was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And then he pulled it back. But I mean, at the moment, villagers now moving from gold over to stone. So probably going to be going for the standard build order on this map for the Abbasid, which is the 3TC, economic wing. But we'll have to see how he plays it. Obviously going up against the Holy Roman Empire. One of the big things for that is that if you're playing against the Holy Roman Empire, you need to be thinking about relics. So obviously a lot of relics out on the map. But I tell you what, if there's one civilization that could probably actually have a chance at a window here, it might actually be the Abbasid dynasty. I think this is probably one of the maps and matchups where they could have a bit of a favor. And that's actually quite weird to say, because HRE on this map are considered by many to be one of the strongest civs, if not the strongest civilization. So it's something to consider. And the reason why I'm saying that, okay, is you got to think about it on a graph, okay? Think about the villager line. What does the villager line look like? Well, for the Holy Roman Empire, it's going to look very flat until they get to age 4, where they get their Palace of Swabia. And then it's going to go up. It's going to rocket up like crazy. Whereas compare that over to the Abbasid dynasty, it's a little bit different. Their villager chart, it like starts off slow, but then it starts going up, and then it starts going up like crazy. And they're able to hit their peak a lot sooner than what the HRE is able to. And don't get me wrong, HRE, they're going to be able to hit their peak you know, very shortly after. But I definitely think there's a bit of a window to be had there. But Nancat, or rather Black Widow, now aged up. Going to be going fresh foodstuffs. As you guys know, reduces the cost of villagers down by 50%. Going to be dropping down that second town center. Going to be leaving 5 villagers on stone. So he's indeed going for that triple town center opening that you would expect out of the Abbasid dynasty. Very rare to see them go any other build order. But we can see dropping down a house now as well. Just looking to try and keep that population up. Not factoring in. Is he going for double house plus a town? Oh, he's doing his Abbasid dynasty thing. This is what he's doing. He's going for the golden age. I'm sitting here wondering, what's he doing? He doesn't need this many houses, the crazy cat. But, well, he's actually a spider. He's a Black Widow. But it looks like he's now managed to get that into it. And then the town center. So I think you'll need one more building after that. That one is in... You can tell by the little plus sign. That's the way that you tell. So this TC should take him up to 9 out of 10, and then he'll want to get 10 out of 10. So that house should probably give him 10 out of 10, because this one will give him the 9th. So very nice play from him, getting that out pretty early as well. So going for like a triple TC and a golden age. This is a nice play. I got to say, I like this. Unfortunately, we cannot enable the global queue in observe mode. At least it doesn't seem like that yet. And, you know, it's one of those things where I feel like we're getting neglected a little bit over in the observe mode. But one of the things I will say that I am noticing, it's a really good sign, when I'm switching... Now, you guys might not notice this, because if you don't have obsessive compulsive disorder, which I've got, so I pick it up every single time it happens. If I'm changing a player's perspective in their base... all of their buildings refresh, and it turns the screen black for a blink of an eye. Just a very, very short amount of time. He's got to be careful. He's going to lose that horseman if he's not too careful. Okay, does manage to keep it alive. Does actually keep the, or does get the 300 stone as well. So going to be able to drop down that third TC. There it goes down now at 655, a pretty good time. And so what is essentially happening now is when I am switching the perspective between these two players, it's not doing it. I can do it without having an issue. And you might be wondering, Drongo, what is that? Why would you even want to split, change the perspective there? What has that got to do with, the price of fish? Well, actually, it's got quite a bit to do. Because if you're watching from Nancat's perspective, and we go and look in his opponent's base, oh my God, they've fixed it. They've fixed it in 1v1. You can hear all the sounds. You never used to be able to hear the sounds. So you hear this guy chopping or mining? You never used to be able to hear that if you were watching from the other person's perspective. But yes, the 3 Abbasid TC boom is in full swing now. Got to be clicking up now for Nancat. So he's on the other side of the map. Keep in mind that is not Black Widow going up immediately after dropping down 3 TCs and a Golden Age. That is his opponent. Nancat going to be dropping down the Regnitz Cathedral. Obviously got down the stable as well. Now, I don't see any mill out for him, so no professional scouts at this stage, but take a look at what we've got here. He is actually camping up the relics and doing so rather defensively. This is kind of weird. I'll be honest. I have not seen a HRE player do this to an Abbasid player. I've seen vice versa. I've seen 3 TC in Age 2 together with like some archers and spears out to contest relics. But to me, this just indicates that it's highly likely that our Holy Roman Empire player is going to be able to secure up all 3 relics. He's going to be a very happy boy today. And now beginning to drop down the rest of the military production buildings. You can see how many resources he's got in the bank here. So at this stage, probably looks like he's going towards that potential fast Imperial. Going to begin walling up as well. This, to me, again, is another signal that he's thinking about going fast Imperial. But he's going for the barracks as well. So we'll have to see how he plays it. Regnitz not going up so fast. Only 7 villages on it. Normally, you'd see maybe 18, 19 villages. Something ludicrous. But not going to be the case today. Barracks going to be coming down here as well for Black Widow. Going to be going for the double barracks at the front of the base. I got to say I like this. Obviously, the barracks for the Abbasid dynasty, a little bit stronger than most. Got that phalanx ability. One of the best abilities in the game for the spearman. And take a look at this. He's trying to add in his mill out here. And he'd love to just get a wall up, but he can't. Because his enemy is just being very cheeky. Nancat just out here with a single horseman, just blocking him. He's got the scout out as well here. No walls coming up at all for him, but I don't know if he really cares too much about walling at the moment because he's definitely focused on his timing push, which is going to be coming out. So Black Widow here, looking like he's going to be aging up very soon. You can see from the resources that he's got 47 villages at the moment. We'll compare it over to his opponent who sits on 29. So already an 18 villager difference beginning. But it doesn't look like he's actually playing for Imperial at this stage, at least at this stage. Going to just be getting out a handful of knights. When it comes to the Regnitz, he's got 2 in there already. Looking to pick up that 3rd relic as well. Actually, has he already picked up that third relic? He has already picked up that third relic. There you go. So 2 more relics remain out on the map. And obviously, keep in mind, you can only fit 3 relics in the Regnitz Cathedral. So best case scenario, he's just going to have 3 relics in there and then, you know, 2 just to play with. But we'll see how he goes. A couple knights going to come in. Doesn't actually spot the barracks that are over here at this entrance. And manages to squeeze in another barracks behind it. Sacred Site getting captured in the middle. Actually going to be going for this one as well. So not just going for the relics. He is actually going for this, and now beginning to move around outside to the west of the base of Black Widow. Black Widow going to be aging up right now. You can see going up with the military wing. A great choice here. I love this from Black Widow, and I know exactly what he's doing. He's going for an all-in, and I think this is very smart. This is the exact play. If you're playing against the HRE, this is 100% the play that you want to be making. I think in this position, it's very smart. So what's he going to be doing? He's going to be looking to get camel support, and then he's going to be looking to do a push with men-at-arms and probably spears as well. Rams, maybe some springalds, and then that's essentially his push, and he's going to try and kill his enemy before he can really, you know, make a mountain out of his molehill that he's got over there. Knight going to be pushed away. You can see the +1 has come in already for Nankat, so he's focused on getting that range defense up, whereas his opponent, who's got the barracks, is out the front. And keep in mind, now Nankat actually ran past these, but he didn't. He just missed it. But now it looks like that Knight going to be making its way around potentially, and might miss it as well. So this is kind of a little bit of an oversight, I would say, from Nankat at this point, just because typically what you would want to be doing is knowing what your enemy's up to, and if they're going for 6 barracks, or technically a 7th barracks, you'd want to know. And we're going to see that barracks now get scattered out. Nankat managing to spot it. Villagers still under a little bit of fire up towards the front, and now the spears are going to be coming out. Now, keep in mind, he's playing the Abbasid dynasty, not the Delhi. And now that scout's actually going to see 3 of the barracks at the front of the base and probably going to start going, hold on a minute, Houston, we have a problem. All 3 sacred sites now getting captured as well for our Holy Roman Empire player. And you can see that he's definitely thinking about getting up to that next age. A lot of resources stacked up for him. And this is the timing window I was talking about a bit earlier in the game, is that there is a definite timing window here for the Abbasid dynasty with this build order. And I think it's very smart. And now I think Nankat's probably going to be going, oh no, we have a problem. Look at all the men-at-arms that are going to be coming out. And keep in mind as well, he's going to throw down a single archery range, just get that ranged camel unit out. That's going to be giving him that extra +1 defense, both in melee and attack. So really, really nice technology that he can get there. So we'll have a look and see whether he's got that yet. Not yet, the camel support. But behind this, dropping down those houses. And going to begin pushing out onto the map. Knight's going to be taking quite a fair bit of damage here from the swords of their opponent. Black Widow coming out. Going to be trying to pick off the very first Knight of the game. Manages to get it as well. And now back towards the berries that are out the front of Black Widow's base. It looks like he is going to be defending. A couple of spears getting in the mix as well. I don't know whether we see any upgrades coming through for him just yet. We'll have a look. Look at that beautiful economy right there. The fact that he is able to support these units coming out non-stop. Horseman going to be making its way through there as well, but he's on 72 villagers at the moment. His opponent on 38, so almost double the villager count of his opponent. Knight's going to be coming in back, looking to try and delay him from this push. Now, we talked about this push a little bit earlier, and you can see that Nankat, I think he hasn't gone up to the 4th age. He's realized, oh, I need to play this in age. I need to play this in age 3. And that's exactly what he's going to do. But look at this. This is the secret weapon. You were not expecting this. Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it. It's the Landsknecht coming out in force today. Look at this. We've got 7 Landsknechts coming out. This could be huge. Could we actually see a significant use for this unit? Look at the damage that comes out. We'll do our best to spot how much AoE comes out. They're getting their charge on right now. This could be the counterplay to this strategy. He's got to be careful. He looks like he might be getting a little bit too deep right now. Look at how fast these men-at-arms are just falling. The Landsknecht with their bright yellow socks are doing absolute huge amounts of damage here, but they just don't really have a bit of a front line. They're going to be careful not to take so much damage themselves. But these guys are absolute chads. And now it looks like a Mangonel's come out into the mix. He is playing the Abbasid dynasty. Keep that in mind. So Black Widow going to be looking to punish his opponent. I would expect in response to this, we immediately see from Nankat, if he's got a market, he needs to be buying some wood and dropping down a siege workshop immediately. Put it in a nice safe position right here next to the town center is going to be perfect. And then that way you're going to be able to secure up a little bit of a front for yourself. The main issue that you're going to have, Nankat, is that you never got up to Imperial. And there's definitely a window right here for the Abbasid dynasty that actually is looking incredibly scary. If we take a look at the scores right now, Abbasid dynasty up by 600 points, which is kind of crazy. You don't normally see that. He's managed to capture all 3 of the sacred sites as well, neutralize them rather. Relic up to the north still hasn't been captured. Relic to the south of the base still sitting out there. So he's only got 3 out of the 5 relics at the moment as well. I'm calling it for Black Widow. It's looking incredibly good for him at this little point. Holy Roman Empire still sort of in a difficult spot. We don't see any Siege Workshop coming out from him just yet. I'll just quickly have a check. Yeah, only going for like this mass infantry composition, which can work. It can definitely work as long as he goes for... He needs to go for more men-at-arms. That's the big thing. Go for mass men-at-arms. Get your +1 upgrades. He's getting his... He's going Military Academy right now. I mean, it's good, Military Academy, but I feel like you should just be going for +2 right now at this point. Get that extra damage. And Lance Connect's coming in from behind. Mangonel's got to be careful. Mangonel's managing to get off some nice shots there. Ward them off, and we've got ourselves a little bit of a collapse going to be coming around here. We'll swing it around so that you get a nice view of it. But Mangonel's 3 of them out, going to be getting charged down. Nancat doing his best to try and get in on top of it. Lance Connect going to be trying their best and looking like they burned through 2 of them. This third one remains. It doesn't have a lot of health on it, and the men-at-arms probably going to be able to take it down. They're very successful right there, and now we turn the camera back around. We'll head out of the cinematic mode, and we'll see exactly how these games are unfolding, because a lot of men-at-arms appear for Black Widow. He's looking like, despite having a little bit of a concerning fight there with his enemy just taking out the mangonels, he still somehow manages to stabilize. Well, I say that, but you've got the defender's advantage. Nancat bringing it in nice and strong there and managing to hold on. And now it looks like we've got a little counter push. And take a look at the scores. Nancat managing to even it up within 12 points of each other right now. Abbasid Dynasty really going up against the Lanch Connect, trying their hardest. But you got to start asking the question, what is it that Nancat can do at this point? Because his opponent is going to be sitting on an insane amount of villages, 87 villages. Compare that to his own, which is only on 48 villages. So a 40 villager lead. And you got to start asking, what would you rather, 40 villages or 3 relics in the Regnitz Cathedral? And I tell you what, I would rather the 40 villages. They're just going to scale a lot better when you get these upgrades here eventually. Black Widow, when you get these upgrades eventually, they are going to scale very well when you've got those great upgrades. It'll be looking a lot better, but keep in mind, guys, this is a very high-ranked matchup. These 2 players absolutely playing out of their minds right now. I feel like the only possible way Nancat could have potentially held a little bit better... Oh my god, look at those beautiful farms there. Where's the Archon? They're not really underneath the Archon, but that's okay. Was to try and get up to Imperial and fight it off in Imperial, but I think he would have probably died if he did that. So a bit of a smart move. In the long term, the Regnitz definitely is better, but the villagers in the short term are going to be incredibly strong. But now those mangonels continuing to push in. We see the shot come back. Look at the longest shot you've ever seen. Jeez Louise, that guy has gone to shot put training, that's for sure. Now from behind, it looks like the horsemen going to be doing their best. Mangonels trying to get a reload. You can see him splitting them up. Oh my god, terrible damage coming out from the men-at-arms now, going to continue pushing through. It's Lanch Connect versus the Abbasid. 2 fan favorites going up against each other. Mangonel manages to fall back. It's a little bit difficult to see who's on who right now because these players are really just getting so dicey, getting in the mix. The Mangonel going to be falling down on the back line. He starts making a Mangonel on the front line. It just kind of vanished or appeared out of nowhere. But look at the huge forces. It looks like Black Widow going to be able to overcome his opponent. I don't know if Nancat is going to be able to hold on here. The Lanch Connect was very nice, but unfortunately not getting up to Imperial means that he's fallen behind in economy. If we take a look at the income per minute for these 2 players, you can see that Nancat has managed to hold out relatively well. But the primary difference here is that those villages are starting to really begin to add up. So now we can see that Black Widow continuing to push in. Double Mangonel out for him. Huge mass. We never actually saw that camel come out. So the camel support was always an option for him, but he never actually played it. This is kind of crazy. I love this Abbasid play. It's a smart move. And I really got to say, if there is a strength that Abbasid has got, it is going to be Men-at-Arm plus Mangonels. It has got to be. I don't think there's anything stronger than this. This sort of timing push, incredibly good. And now it looks like Nancat going to be coming back towards the berries of his opponent, trying to delay, trying to force his attention in another place. Not having a lot of luck getting picked up by those spears that are just sitting back there waiting. And now we've got quadruple Mangonel coming down. And don't you just love the Abbasid Dynasty, the way they're able to reinforce this? The huge frontline villager pool going to be coming out now as well. As we enter into the cinematic mode, the Lanch Connects are going to be trying their best to defend the Abbasid push. Not going to have a lot of luck, though, as the men-at-arms just continue to wreak havoc on them. The Knight going to be getting in there as well. Spearman going to be out to meet him. And look at the men-at-arms of the Abbasid dynasty just cleaning up completely, having an absolutely wonderful time. And that death ball has been absolutely beautiful. It rolled over the entire Holy Roman Empire army. Incredibly well played there by Black Widow. At the same time, well played by Nankat. I think he was very smart in his opening, but unfortunately, it looks like Good Game is going to have to get called imminently, just simply because, I mean, you got people in your base killing your dudes, and that's never something that you want to have. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the game right there. Match complete. Fellas, if you are watching this on YouTube, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Ranked is going to be coming out very soon. We're going to have a ranked season coming up incredibly shortly. I'm so excited for it. You know, maybe even by the time this video goes live, we'll have a ranked season. Probably not. Maybe it won't. Maybe a couple more days. But yeah, you can see this is the villager game. This is what I was talking about. Like when you come to these sorts of peaks that the Abbasid is able to achieve with this 3TC build. They're able to get up nice and high like this, whereas it takes a lot longer for the HRE to get there. And even if he'd hit Imperial around this timing, you can see that it's going to take time for him to get there. And by the time he does get there, Abbasid's had this economy, this nice chunk for the whole time. So there you guys go. Fellas, I hope you guys have enjoyed this cast. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.